What is going on, guys? How's everybody doing tonight? It is Friday night. Hope everybody is doing well. Big weekend this weekend. See if the Eagles can rebound against the Jets this Sunday. Obviously, a lot of some injuries for the Eagles this week, and the one interesting thing is that Jalen Hurts says he's ready to play, but obviously there is still something going on with his ankle. And I guess from what Ian Rappaport said today on NFL Network is that they're going to, make it a game time decision. I mean, it really hasn't been announced as a game time decision, but I guess that's what's going to happen during this game to see if he's going to go. And if not, then you're obviously going to have Gardner Minschew become the quarterback to start versus the Jets. So even if Gardner Minschew does start in this game and is successful, obviously, the Jets had to prepare for both of these quarterbacks. Minschew might have a good game just because there's no blueprint on Minschew for the moment, since he really hasn't played any games this year. And I don't know, a lot of fans probably won't really make it a big deal if the Eagles win against the Jets, but obviously you're trying to run with the trying to get into the 7th seed of the playoffs, try to get that wild card game if that's even, the case as of right now. But can the Eagles rebound against the Jets this week and go back to their normal formula? The Sirianni has mentioned that they're going to go back to, how they were playing. And, it's unfortunate that they didn't play like that versus the Jets, but unfortunately, hopefully they prove us wrong at the end of the day. I mean, there's nothing more that I want than to, the Eagles to turn this around. Jordan Howard is not playing this week, so definitely look out for that. Driscoll's on IR, so Nate Herbig will take over at right guard, which I have no problem with. He can play both guard spots. Obviously, don't put him at center anymore because that's definitely shouldn't happen anymore. Well, the first time it happened, it didn't do well, but obviously they made him the backup center as of right now. So obviously he's playing guard. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. Kind of want to go through some of the key matchups in this game. And I think obviously both sides of the ball can play very well. I mean, you got, defensively with the Eagles, the cornerbacks have been playing pretty good. We need more pressure. Jets offensive line isn't really good at all. And I feel like we say that all the time with some of these teams that have really bad offensive lines, and we just do not. We just can't get pressure, period. All out blitz against the Giants, I don't know how many times in that game, and we still couldn't get the Daniel Jones. So it really does worry. It worries me a little bit going to this game. So just seeing what's going on with everybody here. Just kind of go through what's going on. Mirjawan, what's going on, man? How you doing, bro? Yo, Woody Brown, what's going on, man? How you doing? Hope you're doing well, dude. Marcus, what's going on? Comment says we need to beat the Jets, definitely. Patrick DeMine says Hurts. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It's going to be a game time decision for Hurts' ankle, so we're going to find out. It just really depends on if he could really play on it. See if he's got to take some reps before the game and see if it's affecting him. So if his pain is increasing during some of these reps before the game, he will not play. So. Comment says I would want Minschew to start if Hurts is not healthy right now. Hurts can't really throw as a QB, and if he can't run as well. Yeah, and I think that's a huge thing too. If Hurts can't run, if he's not going to be 100%, you sit him. I'd rather sit him if he can't even run at this point. It's already enough we have a problem with him throwing the ball. So if they're going to force him to throw the ball in this game on an injury and he's not, doing well, then they have to change it around. They have to change it up for this game. So. Kayak Yang, what's going on, man? He says, sorry, Joey, but our season is done. We're going to go 1-on-1 with Washington. I don't think we could beat Dallas, so season is over. I don't know. I don't think they could beat Dallas. Hopefully they could split Washington. If that's the case, you've already lost 2 division games as it is so far. These are really important games coming up, and, Washington's looking to make a comeback. I think, Washington's got Cowboys next week. So that's going to be a big game. That's going to be a very big game, so we'll see what happens. St. Westbrook 36 going on. He says, is Jordan Howard going to be back? He is not going to be back for this game. He is going to be out. So as well as Boston Scott. I don't think Boston Scott is playing in this game either. We're low on running backs right now. So I don't know if they're bringing up, if Boston Scott can't go either, I don't know if they're going to have Miles Sanders, Kenneth Gainwell, I don't know if they're going to bring up Huntley, if he's still on the roster, or I don't know who else we have back there. But bring up somebody at this point. You know what I mean? Stan Rosberg said, what about Kelsey? Kelsey, I think he's good for this week. I think obviously he was playing on injury last game. Obviously, he wasn't 100% playing with that toughness that he has. But, yeah, we'll see, though. We'll see. Mark Spoke said, ways Howard back. Apparently, that's the way we win. But it's not going to happen this week, obviously. Obviously, Ross, what's going on, man? He said, I saw many film breakdowns of 22 on Hurts, and what an embarrassment. He was absolutely terrible, and it was crazy how many times everyone was open. It's crazy. It's true. Even some of these check downs, you're not checking the ball down. You're not reading. You're not going through your progressions on the field. You're not reading the defense at all. Trying to be a hero, making those big plays. What I was really upset about was obviously some of those check downs we could have had for first downs, but we tried to make bigger plays out of it. I don't get it. I really don't. So hopefully they could, not make those mistakes. Super Bowl 52. So I guess I hope he good as people say he's talking about Jalen trash. Philly the podcast. What's going on, Joe? He said, what up, bro? What's going on, man? If you guys haven't subscribed to Philly the podcast, please go over to his channel. He has a new intro now. I like it a lot. Like a music video more than an intro. I think it's a music video more. It's more of a music video, but appreciate it, bro. So Philly for life, so no wheels and go for Hurts. Nah, if he's hurt and he can't play, if he can't play on that ankle, do not start him in this game. There's no point because already enough we have a problem with Jalen Hurts and his passing. Okay, there's already enough of that. And at this point, if he can't run, just sit him. Just sit him for a game. I mean, that's all I'm asking. You have the bye week, and you have 2 weeks. He's got 2 weeks to get back. Get better. So do that. Sam Westbrook says Hurts just took a dive last few days, and he was on cloud 9 just a week ago. I don't know what happened. The way they played before the Giants was great and all, and his throws were very good. Those tight window throws were good. He actually was working. He was letting the offense work for him, and he's not putting everything on his shoulders. You know what I mean? Let the run game, come in as well. So I don't know what he was doing in this Giants game. It was a total disaster. He didn't look the way he should have been looking the past few weeks before that. I don't know what changed. I don't know how your mechanics changed that much. And just from one game, I mean, just a turnaround. Like, I don't know what happened for that week, but it's embarrassing. Adrian Scott said, I would star Minschew too, especially because we have to buy a week next week, so he could be fully healthy. I would start him as well, man. I would. Daniel Gomer says, hey Joey, I heard Howie and Jeff are split on Hurts. Thoughts? I mean, that could be true. It could be. I mean, Howie Roseman might be the one that's not for Hurts right now because obviously he's been looking for quarterbacks. For Kenny Pickett, Sam Howell, he was at their game like a couple weeks ago. So I don't know. Maybe Howie's the one that's against Hurts right now, and maybe Lurie is. Maybe Lurie wants Hurts to keep going. I'm not sure. Which King Agamar says, I kind of want to see Minschew play just to see how he would do in this offense. Yeah, of course. It's not a bad thing if Minschew plays against the Jets. But even if Minschew wins this game against the Jets, are we really going to give him that much praise? Because it's the Jets at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So, but a win is a win. So, Thomas, did you see the interview Doug Pearson just had? Pearson said some very interesting stuff about the Eagles and current state of the team and players. I didn't watch the whole thing. It was like 40 minutes. I didn't have time. I was busy for the day. I was kind of like going in, and he was talking about Jalen Hurts. He was talking about Jordan Mailata, some of the players. I didn't really hear the whole thing, so I really don't know. But I know he had a big interview. I think yesterday was the interview. Super Bowl 52 said, just hope they win. I hope so, bro. Commissar said there were times when Hurts didn't even see the check down as well. He would stare at one spot. Even on that 1st and 18 pass, when we were back towards the back of our end zone, okay, and he throws that one to McKinney right in his hands, underthrew it to Rager. Rager was actually if he just had a more powerful arm, could have got that to him. But on a 1st and 18 back of our end zone, it's just ridiculous. Marcus Polk says, oh, yeah, I was wondering what you thought about the Doug Pearson. Yeah, I had no idea. I listened to a little bit of it, but I wasn't able to to listen to the whole thing. So, Dave Trust, I would say Sir Hurts for the game. Don't want him to get injured. Plus, want to see how Howard backup plays. Yeah, definitely. I mean, we want to see Jordan Howard in this offense and really tote the rock. You know what I mean, with Miles Sanders. I mean, to be honest, Jordan Howard's looked better than any of the running backs we've had this year. You know what I mean? I don't think it's much as Miles Sanders' fault too much because they were barely giving him the ball first quarter of the season. And then obviously when they finally were giving him the ball, he got injured and, it just messed everything up. So hopefully that turns around. What do you think about Doug's latest interview? Yeah, like I said, I haven't seen the whole thing yet. James Hurley says, I thought Howie was making the pick. Why wouldn't he like him? I don't understand our GM on that at all. He's the main problem. And I don't get it because he drafts Jalen Hurts in the second round. Like apparently he was supposed to go fourth round, but he got drafted in the second round when we had a franchise quarterback already on our roster. So that just created problems. That just stirred up problems from the get-go of this whole thing. And no, like even before this season started, I said, no matter how good or bad we do this season, like I don't want Howie here, period. But guys, I mean, we kind of have to face reality that I think he's going to be here. I think he will be here. Kevin Bacon, what's going on, bro? Alex Russell upside is Hurts now at 17 starts, including last year. So there's that. Maybe this starts his second season. Well, yeah, technically yes, because he's already played over a year so far. So this would start his second season. When you look at how many games he's played, but how long? But we got to see a full year of Jalen Hurts. I mean, just for this year in general, to see where we're going and what moves we're going to make in this draft next year, and what are we doing at the quarterback position? That's going to be the big question. Obviously, a lot of Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson rumors, and everything like that. Danny says, yeah, I'm not surprised. Seems like many members of the organization have been split in certain players, coaches for a few years. And that's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. And then not even just that. It's not even just Lurie and Howie Roseman, if that's the case. It's the analytical department and the scouting department when it comes to the draft. Like Milton Williams should not have been the pick in the third round. The analytical department wanted Milton Williams. And, the scout department wanted another guy. I forgot his name, who they wanted. I think it was another defensive lineman. And they didn't take the lineman that the scout department wanted, and how he sided with the analytical department. That was a big thing with that. Saying Westbrook 367 about to clutch up the Hawks. Yeah, I saw that. I was watching that a little earlier today. Third for life, that Hurts is one look then run. He never reads more than one route. And it's not even true. He was looking more than one read before the Giants game. He was doing that. But he went back to his old ways against the Giants. He was one read and he was gone. Keeping the ball in Jalen Hurts' hands. I mean, they can't do that. They can't just give him the ball in these QB draws. They can't keep doing it with him. You're not going to win the game that way. You're not. If he's not, you're just going to let him get. And look, it's nice that Jalen Hurts can get first downs on his own. You're not going to win any football games like that. It's just not going to happen. TJ Plummer said, I really think Flacco could have annihilated NFC East. Hurts could have learned a lot being a backup to him. I wasn't a big fan of Flacco even from preseason to even starting him this year. I wasn't even a big fan of that at all. So maybe things would have been different. I don't know, but we'll see. Punari Slayer. So what I would do is keep Hurts, draft the cornerback, safety, and linebacker in the first. And the second, I would draft a wide receiver third. I would go O-line in free agency. I would resign Slay and get Devonte Adams. I don't know. I mean, I like the draft. I like your draft board right there. If they really can't trade for a quarterback and it's going to cost way too much, and the Eagles really need to hit on draft picks, we can't be getting up more than 2 first-round picks for quarterbacks right now. And if that's the case, then they have to keep Hurts for another year, or they have Minschew and Hurts kind of, I guess, compete for the job next year. I don't care if they pick up a wide receiver in the later rounds, but we need, obviously, the first 2 picks need to be on defense. And, you go in free agency to get offensive line. I don't know if they're going to dip into a number like that. Another offensive line with a lot of money. Still got to trade Brandon Brooks. That has to happen. They have no choice but to do that as of right now, because I think Driscoll has won the job over Brandon Brooks. And obviously Brandon Brooks is better when 100% healthy, but that's the case. He's not healthy whatsoever. Devonte Adams is a big time receiver for next year. Definitely a big time receiver. I don't know if they would dip in free agency and get a big time receiver. I don't know if I really don't know if that's the case. I don't know if they would actually do that. I would love it. Don't get me wrong. And then there's some people saying, is Quez Watkins a number 2 receiver? Has he proved to be a number 2 receiver? How much of it is Jalen Hurts' fault? How much of it is Quez not getting open? So those are the questions that I have. And it seems Eagles fans are very split on it, because it's easy to say, because when Jalen Hurts has a bad game, everybody's open. And then there are games where, Quez gets open, gets a couple catches, and they kind of stray away from. They've been straying away from Dallas Goedert, who you just paid. Quez Watkins, your number 2. They've been straying away from almost the whole season, but he's got some catches. But it's your number 2. It's either Devonte Smith or it's Dallas Goedert in this offense. That's all it is. But you couldn't even do that in this Giants game. You couldn't even do that. I mean, it was Hurts. It was Hurts handling the ball for himself. You gave more snaps. You gave more throws to Reagor than anybody else on this team. I mean, it's just ridiculous. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy. We got a super chat from Desert Eagle 90. Hey, yo, what's going on, man? Hope you're having a good night tonight, bro. If you guys haven't subscribed to Desert Eagle, hop over to his channel and give him a thumbs up and subscribe to him. One of my brothers. Definitely check him out and his content if you guys do not mind. So appreciate Des. Much love, man. Bryce, what's going on, bro? What's going on, man? TJ Plummer said Desert Eagle 90. What's going on? Parker's poll. Quez is 100% better than Reagor. We all know that. Oh, yeah, definitely. 100%. 100%. I think the Eagles, and look, I mean, people are saying that maybe Reagor hasn't given a fair chance, but let me tell you something. Reagor has been given every opportunity, okay? I think they have given Reagor every opportunity to be successful. And really, they've given him a lot of snaps this season. And he hasn't shown a flash of anything this year. Besides that touchdown, it's really not even touchdowns. It's route running. It's slowing down on his route. There's a lot that goes into it. And he's made a lot of mistakes. Devonte Smith, it's a totally different story, because there are times where he's open lots of games and he's not getting thrown to. But we see it on tape that he's open. Reagor just doesn't have the explosiveness off the line, and that's just the truth to it all. No explosiveness, just I don't know what he is. You think, at least for special teams, you would think he came with a special teams pedigree from TCU, that he could play special teams really good to be that speedster, but he hasn't really become that either. And that's been a big problem as of right now with Jalen Reagor. Just there's no explosiveness. He can't track the football. He's got really bad hand-eye coordination when getting the football. His contested catches are horrible, which he had a lot of them at TCU. So obviously, not a good pick. Not looking like a good pick right now. And usually I'm the type of guy with receivers, I give them about 3 years till I really give up on them. But as of right now, I'm not happy with Jalen Reagor at all. I think the Eagles have given him enough chances. You bench him, you put Greg Ward back in the game. Okay, he had one drop in that Giants game wide open, and that's on him. Okay, but because the guy doesn't play enough and the guy doesn't get his chances. Okay, Greg Ward should play in the slot. You put Quez to the outside and put Devonte Smith on the opposite side. That's really where I'm going with this. That's really where I'm going with it as of right now. You know what I mean? That's where I'm going with this whole thing. Kind of crazy. David Triell says, my draft board goes go after an edge rusher and then a safety and a linebacker. Keep the cornerbacks. We have now developed young cornerbacks. Now, I know we have Tay Gowan as a backup corner with the Zach Ertz trade. Zach McPherson, the 4th-round pick from Texas Tech. And then when you go into, I would love to go edge rusher. Edge rusher, I'd go 1st round. I mean, that's where I am right now with the draft, getting an edge rusher right now. Whether the guys from Alabama, one of the guys from Michigan, I don't care who you get at this point. You know what I mean? But Steven Nelson's on a 1-year contract, so I don't know what's going to happen to him after this year. He might demand more money. Maybe he likes Philadelphia and wants to stay, so he could stay next year. Darius Slay is his last year of his contract is next year, 2022. And I feel like the Eagles should maybe extend him for another couple of years, just for 2 years, nothing crazy. Make it to where you can release him after the 2023 season or something. You know what I mean? If they have to. And then obviously his contract will go until 2024. So I think realistically, keep your cornerback, Steven Nelson. I mean, we need to draft a corner soon, guys. I mean, we have to draft one soon. It's nice having corner, and Darius Slay has played like I've never seen him in Detroit playing this well, and he's played so good. He's there only averaging 30 yards. He's only giving up 30 yards a game, not even that. for covering receivers. I mean, it's crazy what he's doing on the field. So, I mean, Steven Nelson, has he been perfect? No, but he's been pretty solid all year. You know what I mean? And it's not his fault. It's not anybody's fault. This secondary's fault if, our defensive line cannot get any pressure whatsoever. The defensive line for the Eagles is a total different problem. This is the first year in a long time where the Eagles at defensive line have not been productive. And usually every year we're deep at that position. This is the first year where we have lacked productivity and lacked how deep this defensive line is. And the deeper we get, the more less productivity we have. So it's kind of crazy. Day says, I would love Allen Robinson target defense in the draft. Oh, yeah. Allen Robinson's got some injury problems, but I mean, it just depends. You can get a number 3 receiver here if you want and just see how how he does. You know what I mean? Like, we just need someone to produce. You don't need someone, you don't have to go for a Devonte Adams. You're going to pay him a lot of money. You know what I mean? You don't have to do that, but it depends. What they have between $35 to $50 million in cap space, so it should be interesting where they go with it. Kind of Yang said, we don't need any more wide receiver. We wasted too many picks on wide receivers for the last 3 years. And that's another thing, too. So if you want to use some of that money to, maybe pay a receiver next year, then fine. I'm down with that. If you don't want to draft one next year, pay a receiver. Get a veteran receiver in the building to really put their foot forward in front of these, young guys like Devonte Smith. And, Devonte Smith can learn from some of these guys as well, learn more than what he actually is doing on the field now. And obviously, it goes into Nick Sirianni, the scheme that he's running, the offense that he's running. So there's a lot that really goes into it. So Alex Sherrill says that's draft I'd go along with position-wise, but how he passed on Jefferson, yeah, we have Smith now. But still, if we look, and the thing is, we wouldn't have Smith, okay? If we drafted Jefferson, we probably wouldn't have Smith as of right now. So, I mean, sorry, my chair's messed up. So there's, big chances for the Eagles to kind of get some of these draft picks right. And I'm really excited about the draft next year. It's going to be very stressful between free agency to the draft. It's going to get nuts. It's going to get crazy. It's going to be really exciting. So I'm pumped for it. Shane Butler says, run the ball, Eagles. How about that? I mean, I hope so. I hope they do. I don't want to keep the ball in Jalen Hurts' hands. No run plays with Jalen Hurts. I don't care if he runs, but if there's a nice, good, a good sequence of plays and they're on a rhythm going downfield and Hurts wants to keep one for himself, I'm totally fine with that. But when you're forcing it in Jalen Hurts' hands all the time, it's not only going to get your quarterback hurt, but it's not going to win you the game. I mean, there's going to be games, guys, like if we want Jalen Hurts to be the franchise quarterback, okay, sooner or later in his career, there's going to be a game where we can't run the ball, period, okay? And we have to rely on Jalen Hurts' throws. And if he can't make those throws, it's not going to work. You know what I mean? So there's going to be a time, there's going to be a moment, and we're going to see. Matt Weeks, what's going on, bro? Hope you're having a good night tonight. Comment says, Quez is number 2. He is open 80% of the time and has made contested catches. Hurts doesn't always scan the field. Even in his good games, he hesitates almost every throw as well. That's happened too. And there's some passes to Quez Watkins this year that Quez contested. And he caught some really hard passes from Hurts this year that saved us on third downs or whatever. I really do like Quez Watkins a lot. Some people think he's a number 2. Some people think they need to bring in another guy, someone that complement Devonte Smith. Devonte Adams people want. I don't know. I just think the Eagles aren't going to spend that much money on a receiver. I might be wrong. I mean, the Eagles might jump on it because you know what? I don't know. At the end of the day, I don't know what teams are going to be wanting to play here too. What players are going to want to come to Philadelphia? That who wants to play with Jalen Hurts? That's going to be the big thing. And if you don't see that much interest from free agents that want to come here, you got a problem. I mean, you got a huge problem as of right now. So Eagles Fly says, I don't care if Minschew has historic game, Jalen, I have your back. You are our guy. I don't care if Minschew comes into this game versus the Jets and he plays fantastic lights out because the fans are going to make a big deal out of it. And I don't care because, number one, there's no blueprint on Minschew for any team in the NFL right now, or at least for the Jets this week. So he might have a successful game just because of that. And on top of everything else, this is a guy that's had good starting experience. A lot of people, think that he got benched, from the Jaguars, blah, blah, blah. Look, the Jaguars wanted a generational talent at quarterback. They got one in Trevor Lawrence, you know what I mean? So they went that route, you know what I mean? Like, is Trevor Lawrence a better quarterback than Minschew? Yeah, probably. But we can't say anything about Minschew yet until he starts playing games. And as of right now, there's no blueprint on Minschew. And if he beats the Jets, it's not going to be a big deal. Like, a win is a win. That's great. But can he do it consistently? Can this offense be figured out? And can Minschew be figured out? I mean, he's athletic enough. He could run. He could scramble if you need him to. But I don't think putting him in an RPO system is the right thing. That's really not his skill set. Is really, he does RPOs. He did some RPOs for the Jags, but he didn't really hold the ball for himself too much. The guy is, as a consistent passer, he's pretty good when it comes to his arm. I think Jalen Hurts has better mobility, but I think when it comes to Minschew, I think his arm is really good. And he can win you games, and it's happened before. He's got a lot of leadership quality. He knows how to rally a team around him. He gravitates players towards him, so he's got that leader-esque to him, which I can't really complain at all. So we'll see. But a big deal. I'll be happy. We beat the Jets. I'll be really happy, and I'll be celebrating and be really happy about it. But at the same time, it's the Jets at the end of the day, and beating the Jets doesn't mean this team is turning around. And really, do I trust this team to stay on a steady pace? Not really, from the way they played against the Giants. You know what I mean? It frightens me. Like, if they just ball out against the Jets, but then go back to their old ways, 2 weeks after, I'm not going to be happy about it. I'm not going to be happy at all. It's going to suck. It really is. It's not going to be good. Comment says, I would say the most important things. Doug said he believes in Hurts and he doesn't want the Eagles to give up on him. And I really don't question Doug. Look, Doug, I've only had maybe a couple issues with Doug. And I think one of the issues that I think he was handcuffed from bringing in new talent, coaching talent to the Eagles. I think he had to work with what he had. Obviously, play calling and stuff like that. I think as the losses went on and on, I think the Eagles were wearing him down. I think the front office was wearing him down, and I think it just came to a point where he just had enough and had an idea of what he wanted to do from what he was given, what rules he had to follow, and with keeping, he wanted to make Press Taylor his OC, Matt Burke defensive coordinator, and seemed like Jeffrey Lurie just wasn't a fan of it. But at the same time, you guys have handcuffed. Doug can't go out and get his own coaches. You won't let him. So whatever he says, you guys aren't going to, you got rid of your Super Bowl winning coach. This is a 60-year drought. The Eagles didn't win a Super Bowl, man. I mean, that's crazy. And you still have issues. I mean, you gave up on your franchise quarter. You picked your GM over your Super Bowl winning head coach. You picked your GM over your franchise quarterback. I mean, it's alarming. I mean, this whole thing is alarming. It is. I mean, 21 years with the Eagles, Howard Roseman's been here. I mean, it's crazy. I give Doug a lot of credit. I don't hate Doug. It's not even just because of the Super Bowl. I've always respected Doug as a coach, and really, there's some decisions he's made which I really didn't agree with. But I mean, at the end of the day, like, as long as he tried his hardest to make this team a championship team every single year, whatever he tried to do to make this team better every single day, I can't complain. You know what I mean? I know he's not stupid. I know our head coach and Nick is not stupid. Like, how does a head coach not run the football beginning of the season? I have no idea, and not get fired for it. So obviously there was some joint collaborative effort on, the play calling. And I think it's more than just Shane Steichen, because Shane Steichen and Nick Sirianni are two coaches that were run first offenses with their teams before they came to Philly. Come to Philly and they don't run. So it's more of an upstairs thing when it came to it. And it's unfortunate. King James III, what's going on, man? He's just checking in with you, bro. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it very much. Thank you for joining the stream. 125 in the stream right now. If you guys have it, subscribe to the channel. Cover the Eagles every day. If you guys have it, like the stream. Please like the stream. It does help the channel a lot. We have a lot of stuff coming tomorrow. We'll have the Madden simulation, the Philly Shakedown, Philly 500s channel. So definitely check that out when you guys get a chance to talk about the Eagles Jets tomorrow. So hopefully I don't curse us on this Madden simulation. I don't want to curse us, but I feel like I really hope we do well. That's all I gotta say. Commissar said also he was asked why he drafted Rager over Jefferson, and he was like, "Why are you asking me?" Then Doug proceeded to say he needs more time, like Aguilar. Well, that's what he's gonna say. He's gonna say, "Oh, he just needs more time." He's not gonna say, "Oh yeah, just get rid of him." He's not gonna say that. So, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see where this goes and how it happens at the end of the day. So I'm pumped about this game Sunday. I'm excited every week, regardless of how the team is playing. And football's here, so I can't really complain. But man, I got to tell you, when it comes down to who we draft, and that's kind of crazy. I mean, that's definitely something to really cover it on a video. I might look over this interview just to see some things that Doug has to say about the team, so it should be interesting. But that's an interesting comment, definitely interesting. Karen Bryan said, need to bench Rager and put Greg Ward in. Yes. Yes, they do. Greg Ward needs to play, guys. I mean, this is a guy that was cut off this team like 3-4 times. Okay, 4 times cut from this team. Okay. And 2019, last month of the season, we had to win against the NFC East. Carson put the team on his back. And obviously, Greg Ward was one of those big surprise, just rising stars. And not even just that, 2020 came along. And, end of the season, Jalen Hurts gets, the start versus Saints. And really, Jalen Hurts and Greg Ward had really good chemistry, especially in the red zone. I thought it was fantastic. But obviously with that big drop from Ward the other day, I can't really blame him too much. I really can't. You know what I mean? It's tough to even blame him for anything. Eagles fans, I think we should go O-line again in the top 3 picks. O-line is a big first success. I mean, definitely. I mean, I don't know if they're going to go O-line with the first 2 picks. I'm not sure. Really, I need to see what they do in free agency to what they do in the draft. But I mean, I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't do it with the first pick. I'd do it maybe with the second, if the second first round pick, if that's the case. If they want to take a lineman, sure, I have no problem with it. Eagles offensive line is a wall, and I mean what they're doing now is fantastic. I love Land Dickerson at left guard. Hopefully Kelsey doesn't retire. So there's a lot of moving parts to this team going into next year. And obviously get rid of some of your dead weight next year if you could make some trades, get some cap space, and acquire some draft capital at the same time. Wade Brown says, hey, Joey, should we give J.J. more snaps over Jalen Rager? No, I don't even want him in the offense anymore. Whether it's just for run plays or whatever. I want more guys involved in this offense. I'm tired of this. Tyree Jackson's getting snaps, and they're not throwing to him. Jack Stahl's getting snaps, and they're barely throwing to him. I don't get it. You know what I mean? Like, the more you got out there, the more weapons you have out there, the better you have. It makes it more comfortable for your quarterback. It's not even Dallas Goedert. I mean, they stray away from players to throw the ball to them. I don't know why Rager was the main target in this game. I don't get it. It baffles my mind how they're using certain players in Philadelphia right now. Okay, it really baffles my mind. So I don't know what the answer is. I don't know where they're going with this. I have no idea. I wish I had the answer for it. JJ should not be in. Maybe he could be in for some run plays. If that's what they want to do, then fine. But you're taking away snaps from Quez Watkins at this point. Greg Ward's not even playing. They strayed away from Dallas Goedert. You put Jack Stahl in the offense just to block. You put Tyree Jackson in there just to block. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's really annoying. You know what I mean? And then when Hurts sits there, it's like nobody's open. I'm like, is somebody open? And we're just not seeing it. I have no idea. Because obviously the camera angle's on the quarterback. We can't see who's open, who's not open, what's going on, depending on the play. It's just annoying. Commissar said Rager has mainly been open deep. I would say Rager is playing like a deep threat. He should be playing. He's not a deep threat. I mean, he's not. Work him middle of the field. Get him on some screen passes. Work him like mid-tier. Give him some mid-tier passes. Give him some slants. Something. I mean, I don't care what an out route. I don't care what it is. Just give him something short, sweet, simple, and he'll get the yards in open space on his own. He'll get those yards. But they haven't schemed him well either. But still, he's still not doing much of anything. Dalen Heimer says Rager has some of the worst hand-eye coordination I've seen from a receiver. He had it on that 1st and 18 pick from McKinney. Okay, he had his eyes closed when the ball was coming towards him. He had his eyes closed. Why? And his hands, even on that last play, the last play of the game, his hands were out here. He literally, I'm not trying to make it look like I'm telling you what my size is. I'm literally putting my hands out there because his hands were literally out to here. Like, the football does not look like this. Okay, his hands should have been closer. He had his hands like all the way out here. I don't get it. I'm not trying to tell you how big a sausage is. I'm just saying his hands were too far apart, and I don't know why. It's just bad. This is a first-round receiver. Which technically probably shouldn't have been, obviously. But this was your first-round talent. This was the guy that you wanted. It's crazy. TJ Plummer says, Joey, hand-eye coordination. He closes his eyes when the ball comes. That's what I'm saying. Comments that we need corner badly. After this year, we're going to have to find one. I mean, is Tay Gowan going to be the answer? Is Zach McPherson going to be the answer? Or Vincent Carter? I don't know. The other guy that we had, I don't know if he's a corner. I don't even know. But it's annoying. It's really annoying. Danny said, I forgot how much cap space do the Eagles have this offseason. Russ says, I mean, between 35 to 50. I don't have the exact number right now because obviously there's contracts that go. There's contracts that, we will, between the dead cap that we have to eat up and obviously some contracts that are going through next year and stuff that we freed up for next year as well. So a lot of stuff isn't to an account yet. So I don't really have a number. But Melvin Gilmore, he said, what up, Joey Shakes? You the man. Appreciate it, bro. You the man, bro. Appreciate you coming in, dude. Oliver Ross says Hurts is not it. I'm sorry. Hurts can only run and has a weak arm with bad accuracy. Guys are open a crazy amount. We run the ball a great amount. And that's the reason we run a great. And that's one of the reasons why we run the ball so well. Not because that it helps Jalen Hurts, but at the same time, Hurts, we can't rely on Hurts' arm. You know what I mean? And that's just the truth as of right now. Drew Forrester says if Minschew plays good, what happens? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because number one, it's the Jets. Number two, there's no blueprint on Gardner Minshew, so teams don't know how to defend against him and what he's going to do. It's it might be a little bit of an RPO system, but he's going to pass the ball a lot more. His arm is more consistent, so I wouldn't even go crazy about it if we win this game Sunday. And yeah, I'm going to be happy and be like, yeah, I'm going to be really happy if we win this game, definitely. But in reality, it's the Jets, and in reality, if Gardner Minshew starts and wins this game, this team couldn't scheme against Gardner Minshew because he hasn't played a snap this year. So it is what it is. David Trail says, you think Brandon Graham comes back and can't believe we stuck with Cox for another 3 to 5 years. These rookies on defense have not impressed me so far. No, Teron Jackson hasn't impressed me. Milton Williams hasn't. He's shown like very little flash, barely. Very upset over those picks. They're not working out as much as I wanted them to. Brandon Graham is definitely going to be back with the Eagles. He's never going to sign with another team. He's a Philadelphia Eagle for life. Brandon Graham has stated that already, and Brandon Graham has already said like he will come back. And trust me, off an Achilles, he's coming back. Okay, he's not retiring after a season like that. Not doing it. He's going to give himself another year. Don't worry, the Eagles are not going to pay him a lot of money. It's going to be a veteran minimum deal. His days are over getting those big contracts. Not going to happen anymore. Trust me, when we first extended him, I was like really shocked. And I thought, and that was when Jadeveon Clowney got franchise tagged, I think from the Texans, and that was a few years ago when that's when defensive end for the Cowboys, he got all the defensive ends were getting franchise tagged. So the Eagles obviously didn't pay the maximum for Brandon Graham for an extension a few years ago, but they paid him a good amount to where there was a little bit of they saved a little bit of money from it. So. Comments said we don't need a receiver. We're perfect with Smith, Watkins, and Ward. I haven't seen receivers as open since the days of Jackson, Macklin, and Avant, but now we have a bad QB play, and that's the problem. And I think we're good if we have Ward, Smith, and Quez Watkins. I mean, I want to see like what this team does with a different, and like, doesn't it make you wonder like if this team is going to play well with a different quarterback? And that's what I wonder. I wonder if they're going to play good with a different quarterback and how different it will be with a different quarterback. You know what I mean? Like someone that has is more of a consistent passer, which I know Minschew definitely is better than Jalen Hurts when it comes to passing the football. I mean, that's definite. I mean, there's people out there that think Jalen Hurts is elite till this day. I don't know why. I know people need to, get off their ego and stop hyping this guy up to be anything because he plays like dog crap. Okay, like he's crap. All right. I don't know why people do that. I don't know if it's a thing where you just you need to follow a trend, or you have to believe, or you're forcing yourself to believe. I don't know what it is, but Eagles Lance says defensive end David Ajabo from Michigan and Ahmad Sauce Gardner and Kyle Hamilton. Yeah, the Ahmad Gardner, I love. Kyle Hamilton, Kyle Hamilton's like I really want him badly, but I want one of those defensive ends from Michigan. That's what I really want this year. Shimbo saying Carson plays full game Sunday. We get Colts first round pick. Pretty much, yeah. I made a video on it a couple days ago. I think the other day. I think for this morning. Yeah, it looks like after one more full game, the Eagles will have this first. And look, the Eagle and the Texans face the Colts. So interesting game. We'll see how it goes. And because Titans have been losing some games, Colts have been winning and losing. I mean, they're kind of neck and neck in the division right now, so it gives the Colts more of a fight for the season. So I think that first round pick is ours, guys. I think we have it. I think it's in the bag. I really do. Somebody 225 says, let's get rid of Roseman and get Louis Riddick. I think a lot of people would love that. I think it really doesn't matter who we replace him with, to be honest. I think people do. I think it would be a party. I think everybody would throw a party in Philadelphia once Howie's gone. Alex Shuriel says, name a skill position player we've developed long-term that didn't go sideways. A skill position player we've developed? What are you talking about? Like somebody that left the team, or I don't know what you mean by that. Frank said D. Smith was damned at that moment. He was drafted by Philly. Philly QBs blow chunks. David said, bring back Howard for one more year, maybe. Well, Howard's on contract for another year anyway, but the Eagles could still release him. So we'll see what happens. He's got one more year. He's not expensive. So somebody says, let's get rid of Howie and get Louis Riddick. Danny says, if the Eagles were to move on from Hurts, would you rather trade for a starter veteran or draft? I would rather trade for a veteran as of right now. That's what I would do. I wouldn't take a chance in this. I really wouldn't. And I don't know. If it costs too much to trade for a veteran QB, then go draft. But to be honest with you, I'd rather just start Hurts for another year. I'd rather just keep building the team until you could find that draft and get more picks. Let Howie work more picks for 2023. You know what I mean? And just keep garnishing more picks and more picks. I think that's what they should do. But as of right now, if teams want for their QBs, if a team wants 2 first rounders for this year, you go for a quarterback in the draft at this point. I wouldn't even touch it. If you're giving up a first round pick for this year and one for next year, I might go for that. But when it's 2 first rounders in 1 year, I don't think I'd go for it as of right now. And I'm not big on getting veteran quarterbacks. I'm very, you know what I mean? I'm big on developing our own guys and drafting a guy here. And that's what we all want. That's the dream. Someone to be here, because you get a veteran quarterback, you got a timetable. You only have a certain window that the Eagles need to contend. And if they don't do that, then you're, it's a fail. So Dave, what happened to John Hightower? I don't know what happened to him. He was hurt the offseason and obviously didn't get much playing time until like the last preseason game, and that was it. I mean, John Hightower was like a pure starter. Didn't like how they used John Hightower on the go routes. I felt like it was a go route or a comeback route, kind of like what we do right now with some of these players. And I didn't like how we used. I didn't really like how we used John Hightower last year. I didn't. He was more of a mid-tier field passer. He was more of a, middle of the field. I mean, even special teams, he was great for Boise State, too. I loved him at Boise State. I thought, capable of really working middle of the field. They never really did that with him. So it's interesting, though. I think it's pretty interesting. We got a super chat from CW here. What's going on, man? He says, I want Trent Cole and Trotter back on defense. Wouldn't that be awesome? It's hard to find these positions, man, and find the guys that could do it. It's tough. I mean, linebacker-wise, I'm loving TJ Edwards, and Davion Taylor is just – he's got to stop getting hurt. And I'm saying if Davion Taylor gets hurt again next year, I feel like he's just going to get injury-prone. He's going to be injury-prone every single year. And until he goes to another team, then he's going to be healthy the rest of his career and be a great player. And that's just the way it goes sometimes. But it comes down to it. we don't have that thumper at linebacker. TJ Edwards is great, but it would be nice to complement him with somebody really good. Free agency, would they pay? It's like, for me, I feel like they won't pay for a linebacker. I feel like they won't even draft one. TJ Edwards is undrafted, has shown flashes over the years. Jim Schwartz has never given a crap about the linebacker or the cornerback position, barely. Okay, have been used the wrong way for years. Defensive line always had pressure, and that kind of bandaged up your. It doesn't. When you have a good defensive line, it gives pressure consistently every single game, like it used to. You could bandage up and just have bad corners and have corners, with a piece like Malcolm Jenkins that moves around the field, bandaging up your defense, kind of covering those weak spots. But this year, it's total opposite. You got a really good secondary as of right now. I'm not big on the safeties too much, but when it comes down to it, I think that defensive line has been really, it should be the heart and beat of it. You got Javon Hargrave's got a big contract. Fletcher Cox has a big contract. Josh Switch has got paid a big contract. It's just crazy. You got three guys getting paid a lot of money. Fletcher Cox, your highest paid player on the whole team, and still, you're not getting much out of it. You're not getting much out of these guys. So I'm thinking Jonathan Gannon, in my eyes, is done for the year. I'm done. I don't want Jonathan Gannon here. We need a veteran defensive coordinator. But then I think to myself, okay, well, let's go bring in a veteran defensive coordinator. But obviously they're not going to bring one in because no one wants to work with Howie. Nobody wants to deal with Howie. That's why we couldn't hire a head coach in Brian DeBull and Stanley that went to the Chargers as the head coach, because we requested interviews and they rejected those interviews, and because of Howie Roseman. That is why. And it's unfortunate and it sucks. So it's crazy. Kurt Thomas said Mulata and Dickerson running across the formation, a run block is so sick. I know, it's great. That left side of the line is really nice. Dickerson we got lucky with Dickerson. We got lucky. Dickerson and Mulata. I don't want to move Dickerson to guard if it's at the center if Kelsey retires. I don't want to do that whatsoever. Dickerson needs to stay at left guard. Jesus, with them two on the left side, it is just straight up. Oh, it's violent. It's great. I love it. I absolutely love it. Commissar said Hightower is on practice squad, but he should be here instead of our brother. Yeah, probably Travis Fulgham as well should be. Travis Fulgham should probably be on this roster too, more than J. Josh should. That's a whole nother piece. You know what I mean? Torville says, I hope they don't blow multiple firsts on the aging Russell Wilson. Seattle isn't good with Wilson now, and Seattle current roster is similar to our roster, so he wouldn't be a huge. Well, I wouldn't say Seattle's roster is currently similar to ours. They have their offensive line is really bad. We have an offensive line. Their secondary isn't good. Ours is better. Defensive line, they might have a better defensive line from the production aspect. But I don't think it's the same matchup, same team. That he comes to the Eagles, he's got an offensive line. He could do a lot here. Sometimes quarterbacks just need that change of scenery. Phillip Rivers is definitely an example I put out every time. Phillip Rivers, I didn't think he'd do anything leaving the Chargers. I thought he was horrible. I'm like, he's not doing anything with another team. He went to the Colts and played really well when used the right way. And that's why Nick Sirianni really impressed me, because he used, he used 3-4 different quarterbacks. You know what I mean? And wow, did a fantastic job when it comes down to Andrew Luck. And some of the other guys. It's just he's done a really good job with some of these guys. So, but unfortunately, Philadelphia is just a totally different. It's a total different monster when you're a coach for this team, because I feel like these coaches are more handcuffed than they are really making their own decisions. So, Wick, what's going on, man? He says, well said, DW Gearhead, CW Gearhead. I missed a super chat from Flair. Where? Sorry. Did I miss one? Apparently not. I don't see it. I'm sorry. There's nothing here. That's why this program is not good. Oh, there. No, it's not here. What the hell, man? It's not here. I'm sorry, Flair. I feel bad now. Why is this happening? It's not showing up on my phone either. So something. If anyone finds out what he said, just spam it for me so I could read it. If you just spam what Flair said, if you guys can, just spam it for me so I could catch it. I would appreciate it. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. I don't even see it on here. It's probably YouTube because I don't even see it. Let me see if I can go up and see it on here. Nope. Nah, it won't even show me. I apologize. I can't see it at all. Commissar said, Joey, today is my birthday. Just turned 20. So blessed. And the Sixers winning made my day even much love, man. Hey, Flair, appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it, dude. Oh, definitely. I hope you have a great day, man. Hope you had a great day. I'm sorry I missed Super Chat. I don't know. Sometimes this just happens. I don't even see it. But Flair, you have a great day, bro. Everyone say happy birthday to just call me Flair, bro. Everyone definitely. Yeah, you definitely have a good day, bro. Enjoy your day. Don't be stressed about anything. The holidays too. Don't be stressed about anything. Manuel Count says, I want to see what Minschew can do with this O-line. Jags was trash. He didn't look so bad over there. No, he didn't look bad over there at all. I thought he played pretty good. I thought he played pretty good. Gabriel Babowski says, I agree with that, Joey. Wait till the next draft. That's what I'm saying. Like, if it's going to cost too much to trade for a veteran quarterback and there's no Peyton Manning in this draft, skip on this draft. I mean, really, it's not going to hurt us if we skip 1 year. It's not going to hurt us. Just because the draft's here, it's like, oh, we have to get a quarterback. We have to get one. No, we don't. I mean, is it going to hurt us if a quarterback gets picked and he plays well? Probably. We're going to be like, oh, man, maybe we should have went for that guy. But it's all luck, man. It's all risk. But I'd rather go into a season in 2023 to get a quarterback. It's going to cost too much to get one if that's the case. So, but it says Mulata has paused like a damn blonde bear. I'm surprised he hasn't killed anybody yet. With how powerful he is, he's got violent hands, bro. He's good. His toughness is what really I like, and protecting his quarterback, and I love it, man. It reminds me of Jason Peters so much. You know what I mean? Let's say Williams, what's going on? He says, yo, Joey, are you going to do another simulation? Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. I know you're not an Eagles fan, so I know these are a lot more funny. But yeah, I'll have a simulation tomorrow night after the Philly shakedown, Jets and Eagles, and we're not going to do 2. We're going to do 1 simulation, and that's it. We're going to actually make the quarters a little longer, probably like 12 minutes, 13 minutes. We'll probably make them a little bit more. Seems like the other one kind of went. We did 2 quick ones, so probably going to not do those. So yeah, tomorrow night is definitely simulation night. So yeah, a lot of fun. Briss says front office is out of Jalen Hurts train. I don't know if the whole entire front office is out, but we'll see though. Once above us, so what's up, Shakes? I want them to draft linebacker Devin Lloyd. I heard a lot of good things about him. Definitely interested to see where it happens with him. Let's say, says if the Eagles lose Sunday to the Jets, season is over. I mean, at this point, it's like we're really playing for a 7th seed right now. You know, Washington is starting to get some wins. They're catching up. They're already caught up already. So I mean, it's I don't know. It's going to be interesting. If the I'm already getting hate already. I already could see it already, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm not big on going to this game at MetLife this week. I'm not happy about it, but. Did I miss something here? We got a super chat from Andrew Smith. What's going on, man? Said no more Sims. You jinxed us last week. All those Jalen turnovers. Jalen Hurts, I think, fumbled the ball twice, had 3 picks. I think we lost 1 simulation with like 30 seconds left. We lost the other one in overtime. I don't even remember. I don't even remember. It's kind of crazy. But I hope it doesn't happen. But I got to do them. It's fun. It's fun to do them. So. I don't know. Maybe good things will come out of it in the future. I don't know, but we'll just have to see. There's 154 people in the chat. Appreciate being here. If you guys haven't subscribe to the channel. If you guys haven't liked the stream, please like the stream. It does help out the channel out a lot. And yeah, we're going over Eagles Jets. We're going over what you guys think of just the game in general this week, and can the Eagles rebound this Sunday? We'll find out. Marcus Polk says, do you think we are still heavy on Rager this game? I really hope not, but I feel like they're going to do it. I feel like they're going to do something that's going to piss us off in this game. I feel like we could win this game Sunday, but at the same time, I feel like they're going to do something that's going to piss us off that makes the game harder to win, because that's what it usually is. every single game in Philadelphia for the Eagles, not in Philadelphia, but for the Eagles. Collins says the biggest problem with Hurts, he lacks impact accuracy, which is important to be a franchise QB. If Hurts can't throw guys open, then he can't be a franchise QB, so he really needs to improve. Yeah, he needs to have a better arm. If you don't have a powerful arm, you got to be dead on accurate. You know what I mean? If you don't have a powerful arm, you got to be dead on accurate, and really you got to teach yourself that, because really there's no one else that's going to teach that. That's look, he's got the mentality, he's got the swag, he's got it all, but when it comes down to his play, you know, that's where it's got to count at the end of the day. And I hope he works out, guys. Like, trust me, I am praying to God that Jalen Hurts can be our franchise quarterback. I'm praying for it. But, you know, we'll look at the rest of the year to see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be really interesting. Richie MC says prediction of the MC East going 4-0 this week. It might be. It could. I don't know if I think at this point, obviously when Dallas plays Washington the week after, I think Dallas will win that game. Getting Cooper, getting CeeDee Lamb back, and they got the reinforcements back on both sides of the ball. So I mean, I didn't think the Saints were going to beat them. I thought with not Trevor Siemian, I thought they would have a better chance. Kamar's still not playing as of right now, so. The Giants and Miami Dolphins, that's a hard one because I don't want the Giants to lose. But at the same time, I don't want them to win. But at the same time, like, we need Miami to lose games. We need the Giants to beat Miami. We need that pick to go down. Where they're at, I think Miami's at 10 right now. They're at the 10th overall pick right now. We need to drop that. The Giants have to beat Miami. And I really hope they do. I hope. But, we'll see. The Giants beating Miami is going to help a lot. That Miami pick has got to stay within top 10. I mean, who knows? The Eagles might stay within top 10 themselves. I mean, as of right now. So, interesting. And then we're going to really look at, Carson Wentz, what's going on with that pick, obviously into that Texans game, what they're doing with Carson Wentz. He's playing the whole game, which he should. We should have it. So, we'll see. We'll see. Richie says 16-13 loss in overtime for the first one. I forgot what it was. Eagle Yakko says Hurts will get better. I really think so. His leadership been great. Reminds me of McNabb. I know, but look, he can have great leadership, but it doesn't make up for his play. Like, that's the issue. Like, he's got all the mental tangibles, of a good quarterback. But the problem is he's got to show it. It's not about what he does in the off. Yeah, it's about what he does in the offseason, but it's about what he shows up when it matters the most. And that's, we got tricked this offseason. Sirianni promised us a lot of things. We got hypnotized. It promised us a diverse offense, run first. And we didn't get any of that. You know what I mean? Like, we had these scrimmages against the teams this year in preseason, and we were doing so. We were literally playing these scrimmages like games, but there was no tackling, and we were beating teams like crazy, and I couldn't really put too much into it. I got excited for some catches and was excited about things. Rager had one-handed catches and this and that, catching all, and for what? For nothing. Nick Sirianni yelled at Jalen Rager during camp, and it really turned him around during camp, and he was catching everything. And then the season comes, and he can't get separation. I mean, period. He can't even get it. It's a joke. Ross says when Minshew was better, Lawrence said Minshew's rookie year, he went 6-6 through 21 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Lawrence had 9 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Plus, he had much worse record. Minshew is good from what I've seen. I think consistently as a passer, he's a lot better than Hurts. That's all I got to say. When it comes down to his athletic ability, I think he's good. Athletic ability, I think, is pretty good. He's got some speed towards him. It's nothing crazy, but it's enough to where he could run past guys. But you're not going to use it that much with him. Torvus, I hate to say it, but I think we lose to the Jets. Our running backs are dinged up, and Hurts is dinged up. I don't think they will hold Rager accountable, so I'm expecting our offense to look bad again. And it might. It might. I can't say you're going to be wrong. I can't say, we're going to turn it around. Yeah, I hope so. I hope we do, but I don't have much. I really don't have much to even say about it, really. I really don't. Dad says you can't teach him arm. No, you can't teach him arm talent. I mean, look, if you have a powerful arm, regardless, you have a weak arm, powerful arm, whatever it is, okay, you have to be dead on accurate in this league. And that's what it's all about. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not dead on accurate, you're not going to be getting that big contract. You're not going to be a franchise quarterback in this league. And that's just the truth. It's just not. Gabriel says, not saying Hurts is the guy, but if he can be something, you'll find out next year. But if you draft now, you start now, you're starting over, and these guys don't look that good. I think this offense has so much ceiling, and it's not because we don't have talent in this offense. It's because we have a crap play caller in Sirianni that really does whatever he wants every game and thinks it's acceptable. And number two, Hurts is really hurting these receivers and tight ends from being, look, as a receiver and a tight end in this league, how are you going to look good? Your quarterback's got to make you look good. So not only your quarterback has to look good, your quarterback has to make you look good too. What you do when you get the ball in your hands is up to you, and how you play is how you play. After the ball's in your hands, you make history. You're the one that makes your history after catching that ball. You make those decisions. But when the ball is thrown to you, yeah, some are catchable, some are not, and some are just really bad decisions. I think Hurts has hindered this offense. Not just Hurts. I think Sirianni's hindered this offense too. Okay. Even I made a video a few days ago. Okay. Even before the Giants game, we were winning, and I was enjoying myself. I was loving it. But at the end of the day, guys, like, more people got to get involved in this offense. Like, I can't stand. Like, I don't mind running the ball. Like I said earlier in the stream, like, you're gonna have to depend on Jalen Hurts. You're gonna have to depend on Jalen Hurts' arm to win games. It's going to happen. There's going to be times where, like, that's when he's going to show what he is for this team. If he's going to be worth the money to pay him a franchise quarterback, I don't know. I loved how we ran the football. It was great. We were enjoying ourselves. It was great. But at the same time, it's like, it's not enough. Like Devonte Smith, you're treating him like he's a number 3 receiver right now. You're straight away from Dallas Goedert. Tyree Jackson and Jack Stahl are other tight ends that are getting reps, and they're just blocking. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside has 2 receptions for the year. Whoop-de-doo. We're supposed to throw him a bone because he got two catches. Okay, it's ridiculous. Greg Ward was a starter for this team, and now he's a backup. It's crazy. You know what I mean? It baffles my mind what this team has done. Yeah, I was happy when we were winning, but at the same time, like, I wanted more. Like, it wasn't enough for me. It wasn't enough because, look, let me tell you something, guys. Like, the Saints are a crap team. The Panthers are a crap team. The Falcons were crap first game of the season, and we didn't look good either that first game. So, you know what I mean? So it's just, Detroit was bad. It's just, you want to get some crappy teams. I'm not trying to make a downplay. Oh, I don't care about our wins. Of course I do. I was enjoying it, but at the same time, I'm like, I want more. Like, I got to see more. Like, and then it's not even that, guys. You ever do this? You ever sit home and you're on your couch and you're watching, like, you got done with the Eagles game, whether we won or lost, we're like, whatever. And then you're just watching these other teams throughout the day, and you're like, man, I wish we looked like that. You're like, I really wish we passed like that. I really wish we got open like that. I really wish we were balanced like that. Like, you just sit back and watch these other games, and at the same time, you're trying to enjoy yourself, but you're pissing yourself off in your head. And you're just like, I wish we looked like that. That's what I get when I watch other games. That pisses me off. I'm like, no, it's crazy. It's just crazy. You know what I mean? Gabriel says, yeah, Jalen needs work. No denying that. Oh, yeah, definitely, bro. Definitely. I'm not. Look, guys, I don't since day one of YouTube, I don't sugarcoat anything, guys. Like, I'm down to earth. I'm down to the truth on everything. Like, and I'm not right all the time, and I'm not wrong all the time either. But I make mistakes every year. Sometimes I think things are going to happen and they're not, and that's just the way it is. As a fan, we just make our assumption of what's going to happen, and that's it. I'm an opinionist. That's it. That's all I am. I'm nothing more than that. I'm an opinionist. The only difference between me and you is that I make videos. That's it. That's all it is. There's nothing that differentiates between me and you. You watch me. I talk to you guys about everything. I try to get stuff off my chest because obviously I don't have Eagles fans in New York. That's where I live. This is why I made this channel, because there's no Eagles fans in New York. That's why I made this channel, because I want to meet more people. And damn, I met a lot of people. You know what I mean? So it's kind of crazy. Here says, I don't know why that's super relevant, Daz. That seems like a limiting mentality. Skittle Eagle says, it boils me knowing Greg ain't start. It does. It should. It should. That's why I'm not really going. Look, I usually go to 5 games a year. I'm not going to another game this year. I mean, I'm not going to waste my time. Why am I going to drive 2.5 hours? Why am I going to even go there? For what? For what? To watch what? To watch this team go backwards? No thanks. I'm good. And then have to drive back being pissed off on the drive. Nah. It doesn't happen like that. Eagle Yakko says, we got to let Greg Ward play. He's a great route. I think his route running is fantastic. I think he's got good catchability. But unfortunately, he dropped that pass. But the guy gets no snaps. He gets no snaps. That's why I can't put too much on Greg Ward, because they put him in for a play to go get a catch in the end zone. It's like, I should have caught it. Yeah, it's all on him that he should have caught it. Good pass by Hurts. But at the, and then people are like, well, but at the end of the day, Hurts made that one really good pass that could have won us the game, and, Rager messed it up. It's like, yeah, I get it. I get it. It was like, where it counts. I understand that. But at the same time, it's like, what led to us having to make that the last play of the game? You know what I mean? What made us like that, to depend on that last play of the game? That's the problem I have. It's not even how we're losing and how we're winning. Let me rephrase that. It's you can lose and win games, but it's how you win and how you lose, which is the big problem. Like, if you lose a game and your team gave it their all with no mistakes, like they made a couple of little mistakes here and there, but nothing to where you're like, you know what, they lost the game, but they really played a good game today, and they're only going to get better. But when you see crap like that we just, when you see crap like that versus the Giants, you're just like, what am I supposed to think? Like, a couple weeks before that, this team was like, since the second half of that Chargers game, that offense turned around and ran the ball, and Hurts was more poised, more patient in the pocket, went through his progressions, threw some good passes. Even though I've had issues on how they distribute the ball to certain players, which everyone should be involved because it's not about two guys, but it's shown me, like, that Giants game, like, I sat there and was like, what the hell what was their game plan this week? Because Jordan Howard wasn't starting, so I said, okay, no problem. I said, it's not a big deal. And then all of a sudden, like, this crap happens. Like, back to square one read and run, just crap. Nobody in the backfield with Jalen Hurts. If someone's in the backfield with Jalen Hurts, it's a QB draw. It's two guys helping him front for a block. Same play, but you have blockers in front. I mean, it makes no sense to me. Jalen Hurts gets the ball, he stops, then he starts running. I can't stand it. Like, you're forcing the ball in his hands. Yeah, he could run, but the guy just he can't pass the ball. It's aggravating. It really is. I don't know how you turn. Like, I don't know any teams in this league that literally turn around that bad. Like there's teams that make mistakes. Maybe like they're on a run and they make a couple mistakes but still win the game. Like, this team totally went, like, they rewound back in time to the first game, and they literally just, like, the first quarter of the season, that's how they played. Just like that. Keeping the ball in Jalen Hurts' hands, one read and run, and just bad play calling by Nick Sirianni. Just altogether, it was horrible. It was just horrible. So it's crazy. Carlos Deuce says, you could say that about Gainwell. Also, he gets no reps receiving. That's why they drive. Well, no, they actually put him, if I didn't see this, let me know. But I thought they put Gainwell as a wide receiver for a couple plays in that Giants game and just didn't do anything. I mean, just did not do anything. I think they had put him there. I think they put him there for a couple plays. I know for a fact he was in there for one play. I think he was in there for more than one. I think he was in there for like maybe 2 or 3 plays. They lined him out on the outside as a receiver. I think they did it. But always been said every QB that y'all say is supposed to have an arm talent sucks. Lucio, heaven knows what's going on, man. He says all this game means you'll lose, you'll get a better draft. Yeah, I know, but that's not look, that's not how I think. I'm not all about losing and looking like crap. Okay, like other fans are like, oh, well, we tank, so whatever. I'm not like that. I hate being like that. I'm never up for that. I don't sit to watch them lose. I don't do that. I'm not that type of fan. I'm really not. They lose against the Jets, then I guess we really don't have to worry about having a high draft, getting a later draft pick. Because really, at the end of the day, like they're only going to shoot themselves. They're only going to make the mistakes themselves. At the end of the day, they'll do the job for us. You know what I mean? But I'm not the type of fan that's going to sit there and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to go stream the game because I really want them to lose and I'm going to root for them to lose." I don't do that. I'm not that Eagles fan. I'm not that guy. There's plenty of Eagles fans that do that want to tank for more picks. And look, if they tank, it is what it is. If that's the case, if that's what they want to do, then it is what it is. Gabriel says, by your logic, any young QB, that's inaccurate early in their careers and capable of starting. There are tons of examples. He needs work, but that doesn't make it fruitless. No. And I'm not saying that he can't get better. All I'm saying is that right now he looks like crap. I mean, all I'm really saying is how he looks as of the most recent game. As all I'm saying is right now he looks like crap. And it's not 100% on Jalen Hurts. Him throwing picks, yeah, it definitely is. Him making his reads, yes, it is. When it comes to the play calling sequence, that's where I'm like, Nick is not doing right by his QB, and his QB is struggling, okay? Not running the ball enough, 64 yards for Miles Sanders and Boston Scott. I think Sanders had 9 carries, Boston Scott had 15. So yeah, that's why I'm not gonna I'm not saying if Hurts has a bad year this year, you gotta release him or try to trade him. I'm not saying that at all either. Like, I'd rather give him another year if he at least improves from this game, and I hope he does, because if he does this the next 5 games we have left, whatever we have left, okay, then there's a major problem. If he throws 2 to 3 picks a game, then it's a problem. It's going to be a problem. And then Nick Sirianni is going to be a problem if that's the case. Because if your quarterback is struggling enough, your head coach is not even helping your quarterback. I mean, why are you giving him the ball? Why are you letting Hurts keep the ball? The red zone, after that Boston Scott touchdown was brought back because that Nate Herbig holding call, okay? Through to Greg Ward, it was a drop. And then they had Jalen Hurts keep the ball for himself on the 1-2 yard line. Like, put a running back next to him and run the ball down their throat into the end zone for 1 to 2 yards. Like, why are they making Hurts do it all himself? You can't put the pressure on Hurts because Hurts is going to fold. Hurts is going to fold. If you put 90% of this game on, 85% of this game on Jalen Hurts, he's going to fold. I'm just being honest. They can't put the game on him. They can't rely on him. That offense has to work for him. Okay, if that offense works for him, he could do whatever the hell he wants on the field. He could run for first downs, but as a sequence play calling, you can't keep the ball in his hands every single play like that. I mean, I'm not trying to sound negative about it, but that's just what I've seen. Comment says they did put Gainwell in the slot. I thought they did for a few plays, but it didn't do anything, Skill says, yeah, they won the trade the moment the trade happened. Hey, unfortunately, you know what? Yeah, I as of right now, like, the Eagles lost this trade in a way because, number one, like, the only way this trade is going to be a good trade for the Eagles is if the Eagles get a really good player that's going to play well. But I don't trust the department. I don't trust the coaching staff on producing these players to their limit, because we haven't seen the whole entire ceiling of Devonte Smith yet. We haven't seen it yet. He's done things here and there, but not getting enough passes thrown to him, and he could do so much more. I think they're limiting so many guys to what they could do. So really, when you draft a guy, it looks great on paper, but at the end of the day, like, if you're not scheming him in this offense or this defense the right way, and he's not being that player that he should be, and it's a problem for the coaches at the end of the day, and it goes on your GM at the same time, and how he just escapes year after year, and I don't know. After this many coaching changes, I don't know how he's going to still be here after this year. I really don't, but obviously already looking at quarterbacks in this draft with Sam Howell and Kenny Pickett being at that game when he never, ever, Howie Roseman never personally goes to a game to scout. And that is rare. That never happens. And he went there. You know what I mean? Gabriel says, I wasn't saying that to you, Joey. My bad. We were on the same line of thinking. No, yeah, that's fine. No. I have no problem if you have a different opinion. I've said something that you don't like. That's fine. I got no problem with that. At the end of the day, okay, all of us in the chat are going back and forth at each other. At the end of the day, we want this team to win a championship. That's the main focus is that. Regardless, I'd rather have different opinions with people than agree on the same thing of a lot of things. Just because, it gets boring when everyone just agrees on the same thing. Like, I'd like to see someone's different perspective of certain things. Like, I have no problem having a different opinion with somebody. I have no problem. There's people in the comment section, in my comment section every single day, call me this, call me that, and I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I don't know. I'm a stu not. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. It is what it is. I don't have a good football IQ. I'm just a fan at the end of the day. That's all I am at the end of the day. I don't work for the NFL. I'm not no analyst. I don't work for, I'm nothing. It's nothing crazy. Eagles champ says, who ready for another small school defensive end? Joey Shakes, I know you're ready for resigning another defensive end free agency nobody knows about and Howie way. I don't know. I mean, I think they need a pass rusher regardless. Derek Barnett is walking. Thank God. Brandon Graham is definitely going to come back on a veteran minimum deal. I 100% definitely know he's going to come back on 100%, 100% going to come back. Josh Sweat's only got 3 sacks for the year and really hasn't done much of anything. I mean, a couple pressures here and there. There's nothing much. Barnett's been absolutely horrible. I mean, Sweat's been absolutely horrible since that contract. It's been really bad. So it's not good. Richie MC says Jack Stahl T-bowed his blocker on the Jalen run. Oh no, I mean, I think Jack Stahl has blocking wise, and look, Jack Stahl was thrown to the fire because Tyree Jackson got hurt. I think if Tyree Jackson didn't get hurt in preseason, I think he would have been right behind. I think he would have been the third. I think he would have been the third tight end because Zach Ertz was still here. But Jack Stahl has just, has gotten better and better and better, and I can't complain about it. He does good on special teams. He does good in the blocking schemes that we need to get some guys in the run game. Like, I have no problem with Jack Stahl at all. But Tyree Jackson coming back, obviously, and then, I think it's more of a thing for next year with Tyree Jackson, see what he could do, and just see what happens from there. You know what I mean? Like, Zach Ertz ain't here anymore. So Dallas Goedert we need a good number 2 behind him. I think Tyree Jackson could, if he – he's just learning the tight end position this year. So, I mean, another offseason, a whole entire offseason, might, make this a little bit better at that position. So we'll see. My Eagle says, Joe, shout out my girlfriend, Shard out, please. Yo, Shard out. Oh, you got me. I hope you got me, because other than that, I don't know if that's a joke or not, and I hope it is. I hope it is. Eagles gang, what's going on, man? I love that profile picture. Joey, I saw Quez Watkins today. You saw Quez Watkins today. Eagles Jaguars. I just rewatched the highlights on the last play. Greg Ward didn't miss the catch. It was Rager, unless I missed something. Oh no! The last play. The last play was Rager. I'm talking about the Greg Ward. Greg Ward dropped the ball in the red zone, in the end zone. Okay, when that was the Boston Scott touchdown that was called back, and that sequence of plays that led up to the end of the second quarter. That's the one I'm talking about. Thomas Hefferman says we need much more creative offense. I agree. A diverse, you want to call it creative, diverse, something that's like, whoa, something that's going to surprise you. Yeah, we need something different here. Yeah, definitely. Skill Eagle says this hurts second year of the NFL, first year starting. I get it, but he needs to be better than this. Minschew has done better his first year period. That's true. I agree. Eagles champs Joey ignoring me. Oh no, I'm not angry at all. The last one didn't make. No, I'm fine. I'm totally fine. Just Smith says 8 total drop touchdown passes here. And not 8 total drop touchdown passes this year, but we had, 5 or 6 touchdowns taken away from penalties? That's even crazier. That's even more crazy. You know what I mean? Reverend Bebop, what's going on, bro? He says, what up, Joey? What's going on, man? Hope you're having a good night. Wick says, I'm sticking to 8-9. Maybe. I don't know. Richie says Spencer Rattler, if he comes out and is a 2022 draft, he is a third. Oh, Spencer Rattler's horrible. God, I can't stand watching him play. Cannot stand him. Brad Wright says, Joey, I noticed over the years you don't curse as much. How do you do it? I don't know. If you look at earlier videos back in the day, like I cursed like it was nothing. But obviously when you're monetized and you got to follow a lot of rules, and I curse very little here and there. You know, it happens. So sometimes it'll just come out. But, pause. But, yeah, that's how it gets done. We got to follow the rules, and I hate it. So. Sorry, I said it before. It's hard to judge players on the defensive line when they are used horribly. Yeah, but at the same time, like if a guy doesn't get pressure, doesn't get pressure. I mean, maybe they're schemed the wrong way, but at the same time, they don't get pressure. They don't get pressure. Right? That's just the case of it all. Which I want to see more out of Milton Williams. Badly. I do too. Had that short area quickness, explosiveness. People were dogging on him because he had the short arms. And I mean, he's shown flashes here and there, like not as much as I want him to, but maybe 2 sacks for the year. I think for him, 1 or 2 sacks, 1.5 or 2.5 sacks, something like that for the year. Eagles champs, the only QB out there saying is Matt Carell, but after that, no. I don't think any quarterbacks. I'm not interested in any of these guys. Nali Mamadal says, what concerns me the most about Hurts is that he has not gotten better at reading a defense or accuracy. No, and because we've been running the ball so much, we became like the number 1 rushing football. We become the number 1 rushing team in the league. I mean, in a few games. I mean, it's crazy. So we've ignoring the pass. Jalen Hurts isn't passing as much, but then after that Giants game, oh my God! I mean, this isn't good. Just what I've seen from him, it's just not good. Do I trust him playing better against the Jets? No, I really don't. But I'm not sure. Even Adoree Jackson got out of the game. Adoree Jackson was out of the game. It was just Bradbury. We've had this situation a million times. The 49ers game, they were down 2 corners. Then Richard Sherman got hurt. No. It was the Tampa Bay. Their 2 corners were out. Then Richard Sherman got hurt. They were down 3 corners. We still couldn't do anything. I mean, it was just injuries don't even matter. We take advantage of injuries, and we just never can with teams that are hurt and take advantage of that. So. Gabriel Lebowski says, like our O-line is great, but Hurts causes some issues for defense even when his arm is this shit. Not saying that this is a winning formula, but if you take Hurts out, I think it hurts the run game. It could. I mean, it could hurt the run game because you're doing the RPOs and it hurts it definitely. But I mean, you don't have the total package with Jalen Hurts right now, as of right now, when it comes to both passing and obviously running the football. I think with him being a runner, it's fantastic, but it comes down to his passing. It's not good. It's not. So, he helps. I mean, that's Jalen Hurts is a whole nother weapon that defenses have to worry about because of the RPOs and him keeping the ball for himself. And yeah, it's a huge issue, but. If you take him out and then Minschew goes in, it makes it a little bit easier for defense. But I'd rather have a quarterback right now, that you have to have a consistent passing game, and you have to have that every single game. And you're not getting that from Jalen Hurts. And that's why we're good at rushing the football, because our offensive line is monstrous. And, you create a brick wall for these running backs that can run through and get a lot of yards, which opens up the pass a lot. This way your play action pass works. A lot of things do work in that. So, it's interesting. It's interesting. It's interesting. I don't know. It's gonna be crazy what come Sunday, but Jerry Airman, what's going on? He says, I want so bad for Hurts to be the guy, but the coach gives him a chance to shine against a terrible Giants team with backups, and he still I know. Trust me. That's why I was shocked at how he played. I mean, I don't know how he turns around that instantly. Like how he literally, like, I don't know what he was doing for that whole week for the Giants, but he totally just went back to being the old Jalen Hurts from earlier this year. I mean, that's he just went back to his old self, and that's just what happened. Eagles Gang says, yeah, he was a Philly show, and I saw him. I told him that Devonte is a go, and Nick should use you more. That's funny. That's funny. As he says, hi, Joey. Okay, and answer my questions. My bad, man. I'm trying to get to everybody as possible, bro. My bad. Marcus says, heck yeah, our offense is so simple. It's simple and it's predictable, and that's just what it is. Britt says, you think it would be a good fit for Josh Gordon with the Eagles? I'm not a fan of Josh Gordon, really. I mean, he could, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I haven't really been watching KC that much when it comes to him coming in on some plays. I don't know. I have really no answer for, to be honest. I really don't know. Wick says, hit the like. Appreciate it, guys. 138 people in the chat, guys. Guys haven't subscribed. We cover the Eagles every single day. If you guys haven't hit the subscribe button, if you guys haven't liked the stream, please like the stream. Does help out the channel a lot. We're going to be streaming. We're doing a Madden simulation, Jets Eagles tomorrow night after the Philly Shakedown on Philly 500's channel. We'll be streaming the game Sunday. We'll have a post game, and then Saturday, and then late Sunday we'll have the Philly Shakedown hosting on my channel to see if go over the win or the loss versus the Jets. So yeah, we'll have a very exciting weekend. But we're going to go for another couple minutes, guys. I want to hold everybody up tonight. It's getting late over here, too, so I want to get some stuff done tonight, get prepared for tomorrow, and we'll get going. Let's see here. Mario Folks says we should put Sanders and Howard out there at the same time. An alternate who gets touches defense would be so confused and would still do pass plays in that formation. You know what? I in 2019 I liked having Jordan Howard and Miles Sanders on the field at the same time, and obviously two really good pass protectors. They pick up blitzes very well. I used to like that combination, especially running like Jordan Howard as like a fullback kind of, and kind of letting Miles get freed up a little bit. I really like that a lot in 2019, but they've strayed away from that too. So Eagles champs Sanders sucks, can't stay healthy, always injured, dances too much. I've noticed that where like there's times where Sanders can hit the hole and he doesn't. And he kind of hesitates he tries to get that big home run play, and I just run the ball, bro. Like, don't go crazy. There's sometimes he does that. Kind of gets annoying. Vester, what's going on, bro? Hope you're having a good night tonight. Freddie Lima says, you think the Eagles will make all 3 first-round picks next year? If so, what do we take? I mean, they're not going to pick all 3 first rounders. They're not gonna pick all 3 picks. If they don't trade for a quarterback, they don't do any of that. We have 3 first round picks for the draft. I mean, they're gonna take one of those picks, and they're gonna take those picks, and they're probably gonna trade back one of those picks. That's what's gonna happen. They're not going to pick. I'd rather trade one of those picks back, get another first-round pick for 2023. This way, there's some security. So the Eagles will have 2 first-rounders in 2023. I mean, you have to. You're not picking 3 players in the first round. It's definitely not going to happen. 2, yeah, definitely. But as he says, there is Chris Godwin the Eagles should get. Chris Godwin would be a great pickup, depending on how much money he's going to be. Devontae Adams, like, we got to see what the market's going to be set at. Someone's going to set that market next year, this offseason, and we're going to see like where that goes. So it should be interesting. Nina Allison, what's going on? Says, hey, Joey, I want to show my support. Definitely. I appreciate it very much. Always seen you on Twitter posting stuff. So trust me, I don't tweet out. I don't tweet a lot, but I definitely see what everybody's doing. So appreciate it, Nina, for the support. Much love. Dover says, I'm waiting for Malata to get a tackle eligible touchdown reception. It has to be coming at some point. I don't think so. I wish it was. So Grandster 12 says, Joey Shakes, how goes it? You going to wear the Santa hat or the Krampus mask for the holidays when you live stream next time? Yeah, it'd be cool. That'd be cool. I don't have a Krampus mask. I do have an Eagles Santa. I should have a Santa hat somewhere, probably in a box. I haven't took out a lot of stuff yet. Reverend says, are you still doing the sim even after that Giants game? It was scary accurate. Of course I'm going to do it. People are going to hate me doing it, but I'm not. I'm going to do it. Cole said, if we draft the quarterback, would you rather us draft Andrew Booth or Gardner? I would love to draft Gardner. I've been watching a lot of film on Gardner. I love his play style. And really, Steven Nelson walks after this year. Yeah, I think you draft one of those guys if that's the case. All right, comment. See you later, bro. Wick, I'll see you later, bro. Hope you guys have a good day. Marcus H says, is Hurts not playing this week? No. So apparently what's going on is like his ankle. Hurts said he's ready to play, of course. You know what I mean? He's going to say that. So what it looks like is it's going to be a game time decision. Rappaport was on NFL Network. He was talking about today. So I watched the whole video today. And it looks like it's going to be a game time decision. Hurts is going to take some reps before the game. And if he's got some pain still, they're going to just sit him and Minschew will start if that's the case. So we're going to find out. It's going to be interesting. So, other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. I hope everybody had a fantastic night. I know it's rock, paper, scissors. Oh God, yeah, dear man, rock, paper, scissors. You know, like no, we're not doing that. Yeah. Other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. We're just, you know, I'm nervous for Sunday, obviously, and then if Minschew plays, we're just gonna find out and see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'm not a big fan of, you know. You just got to roll with the punches, guys. That's it. And we have a bye week after next week. So at this point, it's like if Hurts has to step out, let him step out. I don't care. It's for one game against the Jets, which Minschew, if they use him the right way, however they're going to use him, you know, we'll see what happens. But Reverend Bebop says, see you at the Philly Shakedown. Definitely. I'll be on Philly 500's channel tomorrow. We'll have the simulation on this channel tomorrow. Jets Eagles on Madden. So check that out. And Sunday, we'll have a stream. We'll be streaming the game post game, and then obviously I'll be hosting the Philly Shakedown Sunday night. So, all right, guys. I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Thank you for letting me vent and hearing you guys from what you're doing, and that's it. So, all right, guys. You guys have a fantastic night. I'll see you guys later, guys. Remember, Shake Squad up, follow. Peace out, guys. Peace.